And turning now to Storm Watch 12 meteorologist Josh Colbert. We kind of saw an active weather day yesterday morning, and it was a day where we weren't seeing too many storms. I think it kind of caught a lot of people by surprise, specifically on the roadways. What are we seeing this morning? Are conditions as dangerous as they were yesterday morning?
Not necessarily. I mean, they're still dangerous out there for a couple different reasons. We have fog this morning. Also, we have the potential for freezing ice, this time on the east side as opposed to the west side. So still dealing with those impacts. I just think it's a little bit more toned down this morning. Lots of dense fog this morning in the Rogue Valley. Take it very slow in these areas in Jackson, Josephine counties. But freezing rain, not that big of a concern this morning, or at least as big of a concern as yesterday morning, just given that a lot of these temperatures are above freezing, which is some good news. And it's some especially good news for the east side, where we did have a winter weather advisory that was in place earlier this morning for the east side for the threat of freezing rain. But I think those surface temperatures are just a little bit too warm. But still some showers that are pivoting through the area for this morning. Things are going to clear out of here. By the time we get to lunchtime, I think most of us are going to be dry. Maybe a few breaks within the clouds, maybe seeing a little bit of sunshine. And then we head into Thursday, and we got to do it all again, dealing with another storm system. So here is kind of the appetizer for the morning. Some light showers working through the Newswatch 12 viewing area, but here is the main course for the afternoon into the evening, seeing some of those yellows popping up on Stormcast, representing some heavier rainfall, which will in turn mean some heavier snowfall. We'll take a look at snow levels in just a second, but this will continue throughout the evening on Thursday, and then we'll have some of it lingering into Friday morning. So here's some of those projected rainfall totals through Friday morning. It's mainly just going to be the coast and Cascades reaping the benefits from the storm system. Not very impressive totals at all for west side valleys and over on the east side. Snow levels, just like with this last storm system, are going to start off on the low-ish side, but then they're going to raise up throughout the course of the storm system. So around the time you saw that the appetizer arriving around 4 in the morning on Thursday, around 4,000 feet, but then raising up to 5,500 feet a little bit later in the day. So that means that impacts are going to be confined to some of those higher elevations up in the Cascades and over on the east side. So maybe a trace to an inch for Klamath Falls in Lakeview, maybe a couple inches on Oregon 140. Even up in the Cascades, not looking all that impressive, anywhere between 2 to 4 inches up towards Diamond Lake and towards Crater Lake. So those roadways, at least within the Newswatch 12 viewing area, aren't going to look the worst. They're not going to be great for Thursday and for Friday, but coming up a little bit later in the show, we'll show you some of those impacts that we're going to see from this particular system up in northern Oregon. And of course, that bears a lot of relevance when it comes to travel for the holidays. So for today, showers lingering this morning. Later in the day, it will be dry. It'll be gray and chilly. Overnight, we'll have more fog development for west side valleys and in the Klamath Basin. And we're tracking that next storm system late Thursday into Friday, then another one for Christmas Eve, and then another one for the day after Christmas. That one is looking rather potent. Here's your 7-day forecast for the coast. Showers looking likely for Wednesday and for Thursday, and then looking even more likely after that. I think the calmest day is probably going to be Christmas Day proper. So how about that for good timing? For Siskiyou County, I think it's mainly just going to be rain over the next 7 days. Snow levels are just going to be too elevated for those wintry impacts to make it down to Siskiyou County. We will see a chance for snow for the Klamath Basin late Thursday into Friday, with snow levels once again being around 4,000 to 6,000 feet. But snow levels are even higher for Christmas Eve. And then for the Cascades and Siskiyous, I think we'll even see a transition to just rain for Saturday, given how high those snow levels are going to be, which means that we could see some melting of the snowpack. Obviously not what we want to see around this time of the year. And then for the Rogue Valley, several chances of wet weather over the next 7 days.